Alright, so this is my new channel. I, my name is Troy. I grew up in Boulder, Colorado and Arvada, Colorado. I was born in Greeley, Colorado. I'm in my mid-40s, and for the last 12 years I've worked in electronics. But my boss was an alcoholic and a drug addict, and there were all kinds of problems. And I'd always dreamt of seeing the world via a sailboat. I've always wanted to sail. I've sailed small boats, dinghies and 505s, lasers, Hobie Cats, that kind of thing. But I've never actually sailed a large boat like, say, one of these. But that's changing. I was living in an 1,100 square foot place in Arvada, Colorado, working in Boulder 2.5 years ago. And basically I'd go to work, I would come home, I would sit down and I would play video games until it was time to go to bed. Of course I cooked dinner, but that's as far as that ever went. My adventures were virtual, and I had little or no social life, but a large group of friends that I've had for a very long time. I just didn't ever go out anymore. A lot of them are married and have children, and that's just the way the world works. But so I don't blame them. I'd be there too if I were them. But my life was going nowhere. I had a great job and I had a nice home and I had a lot of stuff. So this channel is how I got rid of all that stuff. How I sold that not so mobile home and purchased my sailboat, a 34-foot Peterson sloop. She's a fixer-upper, but everything in my life is always a fixer-upper. I don't tend to buy anything on credit. I've never had a credit card, not because they don't offer them, but because when I read the contract, it just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. I feel like I'm selling my soul. And so I paid cash for my boat. She's a beauty. Hunted the United States for her and could not find her on the East Coast. I didn't know what brand I was going to buy. I knew it was going to be a sloop, and I knew it was going to be 35 to 40 feet because everything I could find online was saying that sailing single-handed is best if you are 40 feet or less. And 35 seems like a pretty decent one. But in my investigation, I would find a boat such as this one here, Catalina, and I would investigate how people, what people said about them when they sailed them, delivering them, that kind of thing. Experienced sailors on these boats, how did they feel about them? And that eliminated a lot of the boats that are actually here in this marina. There are bay boats or lake boats, and there are ocean cruising boats. There are racing boats, and there are slow, methodical cruisers that are very stable. And so it's a choice. You have to decide what you're looking for. And what I wanted was something that was going to be fast, capable, stable, and I was willing to compromise on certain things because you have to. Everything's a compromise in life, and in a sailboat it is extremely that way. So that's what this is about. Here's my boat. They won't let me live on her because California has extremely strict laws about live aboard. I have winches to replace these two front variants. I have some self-tailing winches. I've already done a few projects to the boat, but I've been doing it all on vacations for the last 3 years, almost 3 years. And so I've got a lot of videos that I had on my old channel that have a lot of views, but I just didn't have the hook and I didn't know how to edit. And so the channels never really took off. I've got a few thousand views on certain videos, and so this is Off the Hook. I am now living in California. I'm in a 35-foot Class A Damon Intruder RV. I followed Pippin Peterson's advice and found a property where I caretake the property and guard the heavy equipment at night and feed the guy's dog and his cattle, and I get to live on his property rent-free. So I work in Grass Valley. I am a temp, but they plan to keep me, so that, you know, that works. And this is the this is Off the Hook. This is how we're going to get from anchored to a spot to cruising the world and living a minimalist lifestyle in the process. So hope you'll watch, subscribe, and you know, I'll show you how it's done.